Aries, what are the general energies for you in October? Well, we start here with the Ten of Swords. The Ten of Swords reversed. So you're really either getting over something or trying to move on for something or just kind of actually skirting around an issue. I'm sensing this skirting around an issue, and not for the sake of ignoring it, because you're not sitting here saying that you're ignoring something because it's not worth your energy or your time. I think you're choosing here not to be impacted the way you normally are. So you're choosing how to respond here. This is an interesting energy, and frankly, I'm actually going to use these Shadowscapes cards because I'm doing these on the full moon, the Pisces full moon in Virgo season, and then we have Venus and Mercury conjunct in Virgo, so it's a very dreamy, and if you can see here, I'll pull one of these. It's a very dreamy energy today, and I love these cards because, one, they are very dreamy, but there's a lot of detail in them. There is a lot of detail. They're such beautiful cards. And so I chose these cards for this month for an actual reason, because they're dreamy, but there's detail. But the underlying tone, moving away from a dark feeling, dark thoughts, choosing not to be involved in that. Four of Cups. And not because you're apathetic. You're very in tune with what's happening here. And if this is a love relationship, you're either getting over something or choosing to not let something impact you. Okay? Because when the Four of Cups is upright, we are talking about apathy, boredom in a relationship. But here, it's not that you don't care. You're very aware of what is being offered to you. And you might actually be accepting something that is being offered to you. But it is answering this moving forward and moving on type of energy and getting over something or someone type of energy. So if you're getting over something, and it might have taken you a while to get over it, you may be receiving additional love offers. And maybe for the first time in a long time, Aries, you're wholeheartedly accepting these because you're realizing that it's definitely time to move forward and move on. Not that this didn't hurt, not that this wasn't a painful experience, but because it's been long enough that you feel within yourself that you could be over it now. And there's new solid love offers being offered. This could also indicate that there's nothing new being offered. But I think this card is more about what you're accepting. Okay, choosing when this is upright, Four of Cups. Not accepting somebody's offers, multiple offers, not accepting them, apathetic to them. But reverse, I've always really kind of read this card as they're still being offered, but you just aren't, you care about the offers. You're considering them deeply. Okay, Ace of Cups, and then here we go with new love. And I love this deck because in the Ace of Cups here, do you see on his forehead there's that third eye being opened? You see here in his sacral chakra that deep emotion that's represented here by the water. I love this because he's cloaked in his own serenity, in his own wings. There's power and energy here with the red cloth, but the sacral chakra is very much in tune with his emotional state. And then we have the third eye and then the ability to communicate. And this is very indicative of the Mercury conjunction right now that we have in Virgo. All this water swirling around, very much in tune. And here there's a snake as well, because we don't forget these moments. We don't forget that people can treat us, put us into this state when the Ten of Swords is upright. And then on another note, there is kind of what's the word I'm looking for? Very cardinal biological chemical response to love, to infatuation. And so while this is very dreamy and very powerful and very emotional, there's also a cardinal aspect to this new, fresh love. That intensity is there. So this is very intense. It's being offered. It's actually the perfect time for you, Aries, because you are now, in fact, ready to officially move forward and fully accept what is being offered to you. And it is offering all sorts of feelings. All sorts of feelings. All sorts of feelings. Oh, I love this. Oh my gosh, the Eight of Pentacles reversed. Oh, I'm excited because this is the Eight of Pentacles is representative of focusing. Okay, upright. Focusing, hard work, all hands on deck, right? Work, work, work. And it's represented here by practicality here with the kind of the color of the pentacles, and effort and power and forward momentum and movement here represented by the fire and the red. And then the innocence and the wholesomeness of those two efforts combined into something that is pure, into something that is real, represented here by the white and the lamb and the light. So this is a very deep card in this deck because there is something very wholesome and satisfying about putting in real effort, real work, elbow grease, right? And then having it produce something. There is something very wholesome here with that. So this being reversed in your reading, Aries, is not stating that you won't have something wholesome. This is stating that you have done the work. And the work now, the effort you've put into finding love, the effort you've put into relationships and other people and other love scenarios. And I'm saying other because we are very clearly moving forward from something. And then we are very clearly accepting something that is new and extremely exciting and full of all the feels. So what this is offering you is it's asking you and telling you this month that take a break. You are now being offered the ability to sit back and relax and enjoy these pleasures of having all these feelings again because it's probably been a while. And look at this. On this Ten of Swords, doesn't this look familiar like the Death card normally does? The white horse riding in on the skeleton riding in on the black with the black robe. This is very representative of the Death card because you really have been going through some sort of, and this is because of another scenario in your life. You are now being offered a rebirth, a re-emergence into the emotional world, into the tangible world of emotions. And you can sit back and breathe. And you can finally sit back and breathe and accept. Move these up a little bit. Accept these emotions and this, what is being offered to you. Four of Wands, and now it's going to be something to celebrate. There's a lot of growth represented here by looking at the base of the tree, looking on upwards through the branches into the sun. This is something that has staying power. This is something that is going to offer you the ability to celebrate. And this is and I love here right in the middle is the Ace of Cups, Aries. Right in the middle is the Ace of Cups. Oh, all the feels. All the feels, all the celebration, all of the work is paying off and you're able to accept it. All of the what you learned going through this Ten of Swords moments, weeks, months, years even, Aries. It is now all for worth it. You're seeing it all be worth it. So yes, these cards I'm pulling, they are going to be clarifying these, but there's also it's augmenting the story. So Three of Pentacles. Let's look at this upright so we can admire the details. So this month, right now, today, which I'm posting this after the full moon. I'm probably going to be posting these on the 17th or 18th, but relish in this dreamy aspect of what you're going through. The Three of Pentacles is a card of leveling up. Leveling up in so many ways. I'm just looking at this. If you can see, there is a man here, and she's putting in the work, she's building, but there's assistance along the way. And there is one holding someone up. So this is a card of accolades, recognition. There's an earthly quality to it. We can see that here with the animals and then the tangible things that she is building. He is helping her and giving her accolades so she can continue on. And I actually think this came out reversed. So with that being said, this Three of Pentacles answering this Ten of Swords here is really talking about that you were extremely stifled for quite a long period of time. You have needed this, and this may have been around you all along, but you weren't quite ready or able to move into this space. You were very stifled. The Lovers reversed. So at one point, this was upright, and you were being offered offerings, and you weren't able to accept. So now, the Lovers is the card of Gemini, and it talks about thinking with your head and your heart. See that beautiful dreamy aspect of this? Let's look at it upright. And you can see the pentacles there as well, the divine blessing from above. But there's detailed and groundedness here as well in this union. And so this is really speaking to, Aries, the ability to think with your head and your heart. Now, when we have this reversed, answering the Four of Cups, this is telling you that you've either been too emotional or too practical. And I also am really thinking that now, with this breath of fresh air, with this new relationship, with this new person, and frankly, it could be a fire sign, an earth sign, or a water sign. With this new space you're in now with this person, you can just think with your heart. You've done enough thinking and pondering. You've done enough trying to move to the next level in love. You've done enough of that. You've been putting in so much work, and now you can just relax and let it go. Feel your way through it. And it's the perfect card actually for today with this Pisces full moon. Get in your feels and accept the feels because they're beautiful right now. And this person, whoever they are, Aries, they're offering you a lot. Now, I'm going to stop this here and say, if you are in a long-term bond, this is a wonderful time to really reconnect during this Libra season. really reconnect with your partner. If you are completely single and you've had this in the past, even if it wasn't very recent, if you're very single, please don't leave a comment below that states, well, I'm getting over my ex, or they were a jerk, or don't leave any sort of negative comment, because you never know. This is a very new beginning and it's abrupt. It comes out of nowhere, probably when you're least expecting it, and you're going to just accept it. And it will be something that can be celebrated. So take the logic out of it, take the arguments out, take the words out, and accept what is coming towards you as something that will really allow you to feel a lot, and welcome that. So if you're completely single, I feel like you're going to be smacked upside the head with some real feelings about somebody all of a sudden. Someone's going to enter your life. Ace of Cups, Five of Wands. So this has to do with an internal battle. And here we can definitely see there could be an internal battle. Well, I shouldn't be only running away with my feelings. I shouldn't be running away only with the chemistry. I shouldn't be only running away with the logic. I don't know. There's no feelings. There's too many feelings. I don't know. That's what you're thinking here, because with this Lovers reversed, you're really confused about should or shouldn't. I think you're getting caught up in the should or shouldn't moments of this month. Eight of Swords. You're not going to have to do a lot of work. It's going to stress you out, Aries, because you are a doer. You're a planner. You're a manifester. You're a doer. You like being busy. And so when you don't have to do work, you're going to default to that, well, something's wrong, I need to do something mindset. And that's going to stifle you with the Eight of Swords. So don't allow yourself to become paralyzed, because as you can see, I'm just looking at this card. These cards are so full of detail. They are unbelievable. As you can see, the Swan is in the midst of all of these swords in the thicket. And then you have this little hummingbird up here that says, come on, you can come out. You can come out. It's okay. You're not stuck. But the innocence is kind of being swallowed up by thoughts, by spinning thoughts. Allow that innocence to just be free. It's okay to get into your feel. I think you're really, they're really, leave your comments below, Aries, because it sounds like you're actually kind of afraid of allowing yourself to feel that much again. And you're not necessarily looking for something wrong, but you're feeling awkward because you're not having to do the work, and it's kind of stressing you out. You're trying too hard to put too much logic into this, and I think you're focusing too much on what other people should have done in the past, and despite your efforts did not happen. And so there's a fear here in not having to do the work. But when you do something different than what you did before, you will get different results. And so don't allow yourself to be stifled. And we're going to spend a lot of time on these clarifiers in the extended. So this is going to be a very interesting extended reading, because there's so much being offered to you, and you're almost going, don't self-sabotage yourself. Do not self-sabotage yourself. Let's see what's next. King of Wands. Here you will not sabotage yourself. This is saying you won't. So just be careful. Allow that sunlight to come through you, to come upon you, and allow all of these wonderful things to swirl around you, because one, you deserve it, and two, the King of Wands, one, he gets what he wants. Now this could be also indicating that there's a fire sign coming in, and it's just going to like take over and run the show, and you're just going to have to sit back and get used to sitting back and accepting that. So this could very much be a fiery type of energy coming in. It doesn't have to be. This can also be relating to you. The King of Wands is a king because he fights for a different purpose. So very energetic, leadership qualities. Okay? somebody that gets what he wants, somebody that is very active and very proactive, but not for the sake of just winning, okay, also very competitive, not for the sake of winning, but he fights to win for a deeper, longer term, more fundamental purpose. Does that make sense? He's a very principled person. A very principled person. And so I think if this is referring to you, Aries, you are very principled. And so it's hard for you to grasp the fact that you've been doing all the work all the time and it hasn't gone your way. And so you feel that it needs to go your way, but the only way it can is if you do something. But you can really let this other person take control, run with the feelings, at least for right now. We'll get into this extended and we'll get into next month, and as we go into Scorpio season in November. But for right now, allow yourself to feel, allow yourself to be taken out, to be wined and dined, to be courted. Because they're going to do it and relish in that. And if this is talking about you, allow all of that to just swirl around you and enjoy the moments. It will be something to be celebrated. Now, before we get into the extended, which is what I'm going to do right now, let's look at the bottom of the deck for the overall energy. Temperance. And it's very indicative that we have this smoke representing the air and watery aspects to this, as well as the fire and the color of pentacles. All aspects are here. Okay, they're all here, and you can hold them all, and you can remain grounded. And then the Ace of Pentacles is underneath. Aren't these cards phenomenal? So there is something very new and very tangible and very wholesome being built. And it might be surprising to you, Aries, but you can feel comforted. You can feel calm, and you will. But you have to understand that this, with respect to this past relationship that put you in that really dark place for a long time, this is a whole different person and this is a whole different scenario. And these are very real feelings. And you don't have to stress yourself out, because I think what's happening here is you've felt this before and it brought you here. It hurt you deeply. This is a very much moving on type of reading, but on a more visceral level. You can relax and be calm. All right. There's something wholesome here, and it's not going to hurt you.